Hello, my name is Martin Mayorga, and what I have in my hands to most coffee roasters is simply green coffee. To me, it's my life's mission and what I wake up every day excited to do. When you roast, you have three elements. You have airflow, temperature, and time. And when you combine those three things, you get what's called the roast profile. The quality of the coffee and the origin of the coffee come into play because the goal is to use those three elements to bring out the innate characteristics of each coffee and bring them out to their best potential. But the three elements you manage and understand in roasting is time, temperature, and airflow. We put the green coffee into the roasting drum, and that immediately starts the roast profile. That's a very critical beginning of the process at which the roaster really manages the roast to continually develop in temperature towards the end result of our roast profile. As that temperature climbs and the roaster is building heat, the beans reach what's called the first crack. At the first crack, the bean size doubles, the water and the CO2 are released, the chaff is expelled from the bean, and we lose about 5% moisture from the coffee. It's also a very important part at which the roaster can apply different airflow and temperature controls to impact different profiles into the roast. The next step is the second crack. That's after further development of the temperature and time of the roast. And it's another pivotal part of the roast profile at which we lose about 13% of the weight of the coffee, which is the reason why a lot of the commercial national roasters don't reach second crack. However, since you develop the starches into sugars and you create a lot of the nuances of the roast, we feel that it's important for the quality of coffee that we use to go into the second crack. We then continually develop the roast, whether it be light, medium, or dark, to the exact profile that we're seeking based on time, temperature, and airflow. And as soon as we reach the exact point, we dump that batch into the cooling bin to immediately cool it down to room temperature. And then we put the next batch in and start over again. I started the company, it was basically myself and my wife, and I did all the roasting. And I spent a few months in Latin America, and I lived down there to understand the growing and the agriculture and the processing side in Latin America. Because in my opinion, to understand what you're doing in the roaster, you have to understand what happens at the farm level and at the mill level. So I got a really good understanding of the green coffee, and then I was able to apply the roast profiles that I believed were the best representation of the qualities of those coffees.
Mantenemos un balance entre lo que es la llama y el aire para que el grano se tueste de una manera ordenada. Siempre nuestro grano es un grano de calidad donde nos permite hacer ese tipo de tostado. Como ustedes pueden observar en este momento hemos tostado un café de Guatemala, un grano de calidad donde podemos sentir el sabor y podemos ver la calidad del grano. Así que nuestra meta siempre es obtener resultados positivos, resultados de calidad, y eso es lo que a nuestros clientes les encanta.
So cupping is really important. After the coffee is roasted, we bring it back here and we test it out, make sure that it tastes good, it smells good. We make sure that we cup more than just one cup per batch. That way every batch is consistent. We make sure that it's a consistently great product.
Everything we do, again, is to create that distinctive flavor profile and cup characteristic. We actually do a lot of customization and really just allow us to manage and maintain in a manual, visual, and really sensory manner rather than just profiling through a computer. The art of roasting is essentially an extension of what we see, which would be the art of farming. It's a combination of science and art, but ultimately it's passion, it's care, it's about consideration for the environment, it's about focus on quality, and the drive to always be better and do something that improves lives, not only in the specific farms, but throughout the community. And we feel it's an honor to be able to be roasters that represent that and carry that through to the consumers.